The implant isn't just connecting to local systems, it's tapping into global networks, data streams, communication hubs, even satellite feeds. It's like it's reaching out.
It's too much. It's everywhere, Mira. I can feel it. Everything, everyone.
The system's overloaded. The implant's feedback loop is destabilizing.
Finn, talk to me. What's happening?
It's not just me, the implant. It's a conduit, a bridge. Something's coming, Mira. Something big.
The end, the light, the noise. It's here.
We have to disconnect him.
No, you can't. If you do, we'll lose it. The connection, the answers, everything. Mira, do you see it?
I see it. What is it?
It's everything. The noise, the light, the end. It's all connected and it's coming for us. You're stronger than this, Mira. You have to be.
I don't know what just happened.
I do. Finn, what did we just see?
The beginning of the end and the start of something new.
This goes beyond anything we've ever seen. If the implant is acting as a conduit for external data, if it's creating a feedback loop with global networks.
What does that mean?
It means that Finn isn't just connected to the systems around him. He's connected to everything. Every machine, every network, every piece of data that exists within reach of a signal. And if we don't find a way to control it, the consequences could be catastrophic.
No pressure, right?
This isn't funny, Finn.
Yeah, well, humor's my coping mechanism.
You're scared.
Wouldn't you be?
What did you see, Finn, in that vision?
It's hard to explain. It was like I was everywhere at once. I could see the city, the people, the machines, but I could also feel something else, something bigger, like a storm, just waiting to hit.
Do you think it's real, what we saw?
I don't know, but if it is, then we're in trouble.
Over the next few days, Finn's condition worsens. His thoughts become more erratic, his mind flickering between clarity and chaos like a signal struggling to find its frequency. Mira stays by his side, trying to comfort him, but she can feel the strain the implant is putting on both of them.
Mira, I think I know what the implant is doing.
What do you mean?
It's not just connecting me to the world, it's connecting the world to me. It's like I'm filtering everything. The noise, the data, the signals, it's all passing through me, and it's changing me.
Changing you how?
I don't know yet, but whatever it is, I don't think it's something I can stop.
That night, Mira wakes to the sound of Finn's voice in her mind. It is sharp and panicked, cutting through her dreams like a knife.
Mira, wake up, you need to get here now.
What's wrong?
I can't hold it back anymore. The noise, the light, it's all flooding in. I think something's about to happen.
Mira doesn't waste time asking questions. She grabs her coat and rushes to Finn's apartment, her thoughts racing. When she arrives, the scene is unlike anything she's ever witnessed. Finn is on the floor, his body racked with tremors as the glow of his implant pulses brighter than ever. The air around him seems to shimmer like heat rising off pavement, and the faint hum of the implant has grown into a deafening roar.
Finn, I'm here, I'm with you.
It's too late, it's already started.
Before Mira can respond, the room erupts with light. For a brief, blinding moment, Mira feels like she is being pulled apart and put back together all at once. The world around her dissolves, replaced by a swirling vortex of light and sound. She can see fragments of Finn's memories, his fears, his hopes, his pain, all of it laid bare before her. And then she sees it again, the figure. It looms in the distance, its form shifting and amorphous like a living storm. This time, though, it isn't just a vision. Mira can feel its presence, heavy and oppressive, pressing down on her chest.
Finn, what is that?
It's the signal, the implant. It's drawing it here.
Mira's mind races as she tries to process what is happening. The whispers, the visions, the storm. They weren't just warnings, they were a call, and Finn was the conduit.
We have to stop it.
I don't think we can.
As the figure grows closer, Mira feels her connection to Finn deepen. His thoughts flood into her mind, raw and unfiltered, and for the first time, she truly understands what he is feeling. Fear, love, regret, hope.
You're stronger than you think. I need you to trust me, Mira.
What are you talking about?
He gives her a faint smile.
You know what I have to do.
No, there has to be another way.
There isn't. But it's okay. Because I'm not afraid anymore.
Before Mira can stop him, Finn reaches for the implant's core and presses his hand against it. The light around him explodes, consuming everything in its path. Mira screams, but her voice is lost in the blinding brilliance. When the light fades, Mira finds herself alone. The room is silent, the hum of the implant gone. Finn's body lies motionless on the floor, his face peaceful. Tears stream down Mira's cheeks as she kneels beside him, her heart breaking. But even in her grief she can feel his presence, soft, steady and comforting, like the quiet after a storm. The whispers are gone, and for the first time in her life the noise in her mind is silent. The silence in the room is suffocating, a stark contrast to the chaos that had consumed it only moments before. Mira kneels beside Finn's still form, her trembling fingers brushing against his. His face is serene, almost as if he were sleeping, but Mira knows he is gone. Tears blur her vision as she clutches his hand tightly, her mind racing. She had known this moment might come, Finn had known too, but knowing hadn't made it any easier. The faint glow of the implant has vanished, leaving only a small scar on the side of Finn's temple. The storm, the whispers, the chaos, they are all gone. The world feels eerily calm, but Mira's chest aches with a heavy emptiness she can't shake.
I'm sorry, Finn. I'm so sorry.
And then she feels it. A faint warmth in the back of her mind, like a gentle hand resting on her shoulder.
Don't be. You're stronger than you think, Mira.
Mira freezes, her breath hitching.
Finn?
There is no response, but the warmth remains, comforting and familiar. It isn't like the invasive noise she'd heard all her life. This is different. Quiet, grounding and full of love. The days that follow are a blur. Authorities arrive at the biotech facility to investigate the strange surge of power that had triggered a citywide blackout. Mira answers their questions as best she can, but she keeps the details of Finn's sacrifice to herself. Dr. Klein, shaken but composed, assures the authorities that the incident was an isolated anomaly. Mira doesn't bother correcting her. The truth is too big, too strange for anyone else to understand. The whispers in Mira's mind have disappeared entirely. For the first time in years, her thoughts are her own. But the silence isn't as comforting as she'd imagined it would be. It feels hollow, incomplete, like a song missing its melody. Mira stands in the rooftop garden, clutching Finn's notebook to her chest. The pages are filled with sketches, fragile flowers, towering skyscrapers, and constellations he'd imagined from their evenings spent stargazing. One sketch catches her eye, a simple drawing of a girl standing under a sky full of stars. Beneath it, Finn had written a single sentence in his messy handwriting.
The stars don't change, we do.
Tears well in Mira's eyes as she traces the words with her finger. She can almost hear Finn's voice, light and teasing, but with that faint edge of vulnerability that had made him so uniquely him.
I miss you.
The warmth in the back of her mind flares briefly, like a flicker of light in the darkness. It isn't much, but it is enough to remind her that Finn's presence hasn't been completely lost. Months pass. Mira returns to her apartment, her neural dampener tucked away in a drawer she rarely opens. The silence in her mind is no longer oppressive, though she often finds herself reaching for the echoes of Finn's voice. One evening, as she stares at the faint glow of the city lights through her window, she feels a familiar warmth in her mind. It is faint, fleeting but unmistakable.
Mira.
Her heart races as she closes her eyes, focusing on the sensation.
Finn?
I told you. You're stronger than you think.
Mira's chest tightens as tears fill her eyes. She can't explain how or why, but she knows Finn isn't completely gone. A part of him remains, a fragment of his essence, carried through the connection they'd shared. And in that moment, Mira understands what Finn had meant when he'd said it wasn't the stars that changed. It was her. She had changed. Mira stands on the rooftop garden, the cool night air brushing against her skin. The stars above are faint but steady, their light cutting through the haze of the city below. She clutches Finn's notebook in one hand and a sketchbook of her own in the other. For the first time in years, she has begun to draw, not to escape, but to remember. The whispers that had once haunted her are gone, replaced by a quiet resolve. Finn's sacrifice had given her more than just silence, it had given her the chance to find her own voice. And though the echoes of his presence are faint, Mira knows they will always be with her, guiding her through the quiet. As she turns to leave, she pauses and glances back at the stars.
Thank you.
For a moment, the warmth in her mind flares soft and steady like a heartbeat. And then, the world is silent once more.